US citizen that's unsure and wants to have a clear conscience going into the election, because whichever way you slice it, this election is huge. That if people just looked at this one thing, they could vote with a clear conscience regardless of what happened. So welcome back to Tommensense, everyone. So today I have a video and I wanted to apply some Tommensense to the big US election that is taking place. This is for the undecided voter, or the voter that has made a decision but hasn't voted yet and isn't sure if their vote is 100% what they want to vote for. Those people that are like, my friend or my buddy or my family's been telling me I should do this. Big disclaimer that Tommensense is not a political channel. I'm not here on YouTube to promote my political beliefs. I want everyone to understand where Tommensense can apply. I am making this video for the US citizen that's unsure and wants to have a clear conscience going into the election, because whichever way you slice it, this election is huge. Just like the next one here in Canada is going to be, it's going to be a big one as well. That if people just looked at this one thing, they could vote with a clear conscience regardless of what happens. Wisdom. And I find not enough people are going with wisdom in making their decision for who they're going to vote for. I've seen a lot of people talk about emotions and feelings and hatred and, oh, this person makes me feel this way and, he said this and she doesn't say that. That has nothing to do with wisdom. That's everything to do with the way that person makes you feel. And if we look up the definition of wisdom, the quality or state of being wise, knowledge of what is true or right, coupled with just judgment as to action, discernment, or insight. So as a Christian, when I go to vote, my conscience is clear because I have just judgment as to action. So what does that mean? I look at how the candidate is responding to questions, the way that they carry themselves. Let's just get one thing clear. No politician is perfect. No one politician is going to fix everything in the country that you live in. Can they make things better or worse? For sure. We've seen that in Canada and the US and all around the world. However, every person's a sinner, because as a Christian, I truly do believe that. Nobody's perfect. And so no one politician is going to save the world. But having the discernment to actually understand what is happening. When you actually look at the candidates down in the States, look at what the candidates are saying. Look at their stances. Look at how they respond. If you were to look for the wisdom in the words that are being said by the candidate, because of their track record, because of the things that they said they were going to do, and did they do some? Maybe, maybe not. Did they do the other? Did they not do what they were going to say? Well, every politician says a lot of things, but half the time they don't do any of them. So that's just politics. If there is a black and white question asked, let's just say from an audience member to a candidate, and that candidate can't answer and does a 7-minute spiel of how that politician was hoping for something to happen, if there's no clear answer, you looking at wisdom and saying, well, if they can't answer a question from an audience member, they skirt around the answer, what are they going to do when they get into office? How are they going to react when things get difficult? Now, this is not a gender thing, right? A lot of strong women out there leading a lot of big businesses. So gender has nothing to do with it. That's wisdom. Let's just take that right off the table. I don't care if you're a woman or a man. I don't care what color you are. That has nothing to do with whether you could be the president. What it does have to do with, though, is the experience that you have in doing that job, the track record that you have, and if you stay true to your word. Again, Tommensense is not a political channel. However, we have seen how differing the views are from a Republican to a Democrat, from a liberal to a conservative. Those are differing opinions. And if you're on the fence, you need to decide. Now, how you decide, I hope you are looking for the wisdom in the things that are being said, and not just how it makes you feel when those things are said. Because there's a lot of things that are being said from both sides. Now mostly from one side because it looks like they're losing about the other person. But don't even look at that. That is a distraction. That's a tactic to get you away from the things that are actually happening. So don't look at how they're maligning or saying bad things about the other person. That has nothing to do with it. That's just politics. Look at what's actually happening. Look at the people that candidate is surrounding themselves with when they get into office, their policies, the things that they're actually going to do. Because all of that other stuff is just fluff, and it's a distraction, and it's meant to make you feel good about you not liking that one candidate. But at the end of the day, your feelings are going to distract you from what's really happening. So again, you need to have some solid wisdom. Look through the proverbial poop pile to understand what the actual candidate is going to do when they get there. It's a huge election. Everyone that knows me knows who I want to be in office. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's just the way it goes. But I know that there are people down there that are looking for the wisdom. They're not just going off of feelings. So again, if I can sum this up, look for the wisdom in the candidate and don't vote based on your feelings, because those feelings will pass and then you will have that regret. So I hope for safe elections down in the States. I hope for peace, and whoever is elected, I wish them all the best. I hope the same here for us in Canada. So keep it safe, keep it peaceful, and again, remember, Tommensense, because common sense isn't so common.